Right, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're going to be playing some Gruul, where we're going to put some +1/+1 counters on things and attack with some haste creatures, and a couple of fun upgrades to this deck from the last time we played it. Now, starting at the top, we do have some Burst Lightning, because, you know, damage, but we have Land of Werewolves, Badger Mole Cubs, and Frenzied Baloth, not to mention Intrepid Paleontologist. These are going to be our early cards, and honestly, Paleontologist, while it does help with mana, is also here to help us with graveyard shenanigans. We have a couple of Archdruid's Charm. Now, this is kind of a catch-all because it can be removal and go help us find a creature, but I do like that since we're testing out two new cards here. We're playing a copy of Raphael the Night Watcher, which can give everything double strike, and with Leatherhead Swamp Stalker. Now, it's possible that we could replace the Archdruid's Charms with more copies of either of these, or just go double up on one of these, but this gives us a chance to increase the odds that we can get them just to see how we feel about them. But it's very possible we end up on more Leatherheads and Raphaels, and we just say no Archdruid's Charms at the end of the video. So be sure to check that out to see where we end up. But we have Ouroboros, because this card's still very good, not a surprise. We do have Halana and Elena to put +1/+1 counters, and also have Reach and First Strike. We have some Nova Hellkite, so we can get some hasty action over the top. We have Vivian Reed, because this can remove artifacts and enchantments, which is great, but also can help us find a creature if we need it. And we're playing Vibrance. This was the reason we played this last time. When Lorwyn came out, we tried this deck, it was very good, and this was one of the reasons. It helps us with our mana if we can't get to 4 or 5 if we need to, but more importantly, it gives us 2 damage to send up either at a creature or at the opponent's dome if we have to give us a little bit of extra finishing damage, while also still giving us a body so we don't have to give up any threats. But as always, if you're going to be buying any Magic cards, I would like to tell you to go over to Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. Why? Because you can save 5% on whatever you order over there if you use my code, which is Dragon. It's DRAGN. Save some money, support the channel, and I appreciate y'all that are already doing it. But that aside, let's go see if these minor updates make any big differences to this Gruul deck. Alright, we drew a Raphael we get to test, I guess. Maybe. If we have creatures for it when that time comes. Let's just go with Stomping Ground here. Yeah, don't play that Thornspire Verge first, because it only makes red mana. That would be bad. Opponent has red, or actually has blue and something. We don't know what something is. Why do I feel like if we play Badger Mole Cub, it's going to get countered? I feel like this is a trap. So I'm just going to test the water. That's interesting. No attack, because they might have something they can flash in here. Oh, no flash spell, just to consult the star charts. Yeah, still don't know if that means they could have stopped a Badger Mole Cub or not. Doesn't really tell us much of anything. Cornucopia. Wow, so that means a board sweeper is incoming? That would be unfortunate. What's the best way to go about this if we feel this is true? We could Badger Mole Cub and then warp a Nova Hellkite. I think we just Nova Hellkite and attack. Let's warp and attack. I think I'm okay with this. So if they do have a sweeper, then fine. We just play Ouroboros next turn. And then follow up with Hellkite, I think. Oh, they're just going stock up here. Ooh. Dang. I thought they were going to have a bigger turn than that. They have a Vibrance. Probably kill a creature here. So is this... What is this deck that we're up against? Because I truly have no idea right now. Like, what is happening? They have every color available? They're probably not playing white, but what is even happening? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just confused right now. I don't know what's going on. Truly. I guess I'll gamble and get them to play the sweeper here. Because I can play this tapped, play Ouroboros. They sweep the board, then we play Nova Hellkite, I guess. Maybe try to double strike them on the following turn. I don't know. Okay, still no sweeper. I don't know what's going on. Maybe this is just a weird elementals pile. Like, I know some of you are saying, oh, you could have played this card. We were playing around a million things that apparently just don't exist. I guess I'm seeing Ghost. I don't know. But I had a play if they did have the proper removal spells and stuff. We had follow-up, but, I mean, I guess we don't need it. Oh, this is fun. So, if we Frenzied Baloth and attack, because you can't counter this, so they're probably just going to kill the Ouroboros if they're able to, right? No point in playing Nova Hellkite here. That's just foolish. And then responding to whatever they... Wait. What? What? Hold up. Right? Okay. I was thinking we get in there and attack. Whatever, if they bounce and or kill something, then we just go after that thing with the sneak. And then boom, we double strike for the win. But there was nothing here. Like, how did the opponent consult stock up, and have a Vibrance, and we somehow just didn't lose a creature? I guess technically we lost one creature that whole game. Like, that's weird. And maybe they just got a bad draw. Maybe they drew a bunch of lands. I don't know. But on to the next one. All right, I guess we're keeping this. It was not a duress. It was a greedy freebooter. Which I kind of enjoy greedy freebooters because it's always these are two cards back to back that are just a sign of shenanigans. Like, anytime I'm playing those, you know I'm up to no good. Genuinely. Like, nothing regular is about to happen. This is a little bit of a concern here because if we play Badger Mole Cub and it dies, we're doing pretty much nothing next turn. I would like to... Probably just remove a creature here. Let's just play red. And we'll see what happens. I mean, they're obviously some type of serious aggro pile here. But I'm kind of hoping I find another 2-mana thing so we could Badger Mole into something. Rakish Crew. Wow. Hadn't seen that card in a while. Okay, well, unfortunately, we didn't find anything. So, I guess we're just going to play our Badger Mole that's going to die a horrible death. But then I guess we go ahead and play Halana and Elena. And we just see how many removal spells they have. Because Lana is still first strike. Oh. Oh, did you just build, like, the old school, like, crime deck, maybe? I don't know. This is fun. Okay. Well, we have options now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So we can Elf plus... I think I'm going to go Elf plus Halana and Elena, actually. Before committing to the Ouroboros here. I'm just going to attack with the Llanowar Elf. Yeah, get your mana. Do what you're going to do. Alright, they put whatever was on the bottom, so that's good. Yeah, we figured they had some type of removal spell, so we're not shocked. Yeah, you can replay that guy. That's fine. Also, the reason we didn't lead with the Ouroboros, because it wouldn't have made sense for him to have 0 removal and playing Kaervek. Like, that's silly. So this just made the most sense. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and just come over the top with this bad boy. I'm going to do it for 3, but that's fine. Let's off the token. Sure, I'll lose a life, whatever. And attack for 5. Alright, and I'm assuming they have at least one more removal spell, but we do have another Ouroboros and another Nova Hellkite, so we'll just repeat the turn. Didn't have to worry about it. Credit for opponents trying new stuff, genuinely. Or old stuff, right? And going retro and bringing old stuff back. It was just interesting to see stuff like Murder as the removal spell of choice. You know, not digging with the Scoundrel, maybe, potentially. So, yeah, interesting choices. But I kind of dig this deck, though. It makes me wonder if we should go back and maybe do a series of videos that are taking themes from like 2 years ago in Standard and seeing if we can go like, oh, this theme was hot once upon a time. Can we update it and make that a thing? Because that seems kind of interesting. If y'all want that type of stuff, let me know, because I feel like there's a whole pile of decks we could probably explore. Okay. Yeah, we keep this. And we can play Multiversal Passage on red. So that seems okay. Also, if they have their own turn 1 thing, which they do, and we definitely want to get rid of that in this matchup. So let's go ahead and put this on Mountain. Pay the 2. Tap these 2 so that we can have this be live. I don't have double red yet, which is unfortunate, but seems still worth it. Alright. I mean, we could always play Vibrance and just go look for a red land. Like, that's real. Or we could just do this, and that's fine too. We'll probably use one of them, actually, and still go do that. But, yeah, this is one of those things. Playing against this deck, if you can just get rid of all their... This deck being the mono-white Auras deck. If you can off their threats early, then it's worth it to do it early and often. Search for a land, gain some life. Something that makes red is all that's really important. Do we just get a mountain? No, let's get a ridgeline, actually. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, I played a land for the turn already. Oh, no! Oh, that's bad. That's really, really bad. I thought I hadn't played a land yet. We got lucky they didn't have a creature there, because that could have ended in disaster. I'm going to go and hold on to Vibrance, though. Granted, may not be the best hold here, because there's a good chance that they'll have one of the enchantments that protects a creature or whatever, but if they do, they do. Kind of just one of those make them play it if they got it type things. Or are we going to shelter here? We are going to shelter. Probably going after the Badger Mole. Makes sense. Do I have enough? I have 2, 4, 6. I do have enough. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and pay double red. Target here. We'll pay. And we'll pay. And then I get a bonus creature from the Badger Mole. Alright. Well, we have to find some of our big threats now. We've goofed around long enough. Alright, that was not one of them. Let's turn this on, I guess. I mean, it's already technically on, but, you know, make it into a full-size body. I'm going to go ahead and play another Line of Roll here. They're not going to play a sweeper. That's not what their deck does. Alright. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Alright, they're at 5. So now, even if they have another creature with a shelter, I mean, we just attack for lethal anyway. Or force them to block. Yeah, they're going to feather fly their own stuff so they can go digging. Fair enough. Yep, that's going to do it. So the removal came through this time. Gotta love it. This was also about knowing the deck we were up against and just holding on to, like, the Vibrance when we had it. Instead of just playing it to get double value and go search and do all that. Holding it for that one creature was the difference in the game, effectively. And we got the opponent that now wants to rope. Love it. Can't be mad if you're playing this deck. Like, hey, you're taking the risk, right? You're playing a deck's got a bunch of things you got to have creatures for. If the opponent's smart enough, doesn't do anything and just offs your creature, that's on you. And while we did get a Badger Mole Cub, this game wasn't even really that much about Badger Mole Cub. You know, it was really about the Vibrances and the Burst Lightnings. That's what won the game. We never saw a big creature. It was Vibrance, Burst Lightnings, and the Restless Ridgeline. But anyway, we'll catch up with you at the end of the rope. All right, we get to get our attack in. Love it. Also, Also, let me say, I think when you're roping, you're silly anyway, because all you're doing is costing yourself more time to get your win back. If I'm already winning and you rope whatever, I'm still winning, so it doesn't change anything. That being said, though, if ropers do annoy you, we did a previous video with one of the developers on Arena, and he did mention to us during that video that if people are reporting the people that rope a bunch, they do get penalties on their account. So go and report them. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get it to stop or get the people from playing as much if they annoy you. Ooh, boy. Oh, we're going to keep it, but there is a chance we end up not doing very much with this hand. We need to find a 2 or 3 mana thing here, or this game's going to look very sad. Yep, we're in for a sad game, folks. Because any removal they have now is definitely going to... Well, maybe not. Well, they could still burst lightning or whatever, or ladder rough, which is going to happen. Yeah. Still in the same boat. Need something that's playable. Did not find anything, so we just pass. We kept a bad hand. I knew the risk. Like, we needed the deck to bail us out, and it did not, unfortunately. And if this is an Izzet prowess pile, we're not going to be able to do much with this hand at all. It's very disappointing. Alright, maybe I'll get a chance to do a little something. Unless they just have bounce spells, which, I mean, I guess is possible. Alright, yet another Thornspire Verge. This is not going the way we had envisioned, let me tell you. If it's a burst lightning, fortunately, it won't be able to kill the Ouroboros. They'd be able to bounce it, but that's fine. I'm assuming that's what they're about to do. Okay, burst lightning us. Fair enough. Now, this deck is often, if it's the one I'm thinking about, it's just trying to put a bunch of spells in the graveyard so they can play like the serpents and different things or whatever, which, you know, if they do, they do. Okay, so we just go double Ouroboros here and leave up a burst lightning. Are we trying to frenzy? No. I could have Halana Leno, but I don't think that's where we need to be right now. Let's get these through while we can. Did it bring it up correctly? I don't know. We'll find out. Either way, it's a bunch of things they got to deal with. All right. 7 in. In the turn. Thunderflock. Sure, you got it. Bounce my duders. Now this is where we want to find a land. We did not, but we found a Badger Mole, which isn't a bad consolation by any stretch. Let's go ahead and play one of the Ouroboros. They already know about those. They're not really much of a surprise. Probably going to have another Thunderflock here with our luck, and then we can just end the game if they do. But this is what happens, right? If we'd have had a play on turns 2 and turn 3, then we'd be much better off. The fact that we didn't, we kind of gave the opponent all day. Yeah, all right, cool. We can move on. We kind of saw what was coming. And that's one that while we lost, I'm not blaming that on the deck because that's just keeping a bad hand and getting what I deserve. You know, like sometimes you just got to admit, you make a bad decision, whatever. If I was playing just to ladder up, probably wouldn't have kept the hand. I'm making content and trying stuff, and sometimes we try entertaining hands that don't work out. You know what? I think we'll keep this. Mostly because we do have a removal to a couple of early bodies, and that makes sense. Oh, even better against this particular deck, so this is nice. I think we'll pass, see what they try to play here. Maybe, Voice of Victory. Well, I guess it's good we have the Vibrance at least. Not what I was expecting to see there. Would have liked something a little bit different, but Vibrance being able to take that out seems reasonable. Though we will need the hand to get right here real quick. Maybe if they play something with 1 toughness, we could pick it off with a Hellkite. No such luck. However, are you playing Get Loss? Or are you playing stuff that... yeah, I think we still got to risk it for the biscuit. Oh, it's not that. Weird. Okay, sure. I mean, it's weird. You know, not that weird. That was a weird statement, but you'll know what I meant. Seam Rip, sure. Like, we got our mana. That's all we needed. we got what we wanted out of this scenario. You know what? They've shown they don't have it. So let's just go ahead and Ouroborite here. Like, if you find something, then it's just all aboard with the Nova Hellkite the rest of the way. Exemplar of Light, you got it. Put this on green, I don't know. Probably should be on red, but whatever. We're going to go full-size Nova Hellkite. And then we'll just shoot that. Though I probably should have saved that and gone upstairs and let the opponent just block here. That's a little bit greedy for no reason. Because the result would have been roughly the same. Because, like, if I don't kill the Exemplar of Light, they just block probably Nova Hellkite. So they have 6 more life, so they're at 13, but then minus 9. So they're at 4. You know, like, so it's really not any worse than just to let them block in that scenario. And then shoot them for the difference or whatever. But ultimately, it didn't really matter. We got what we needed out of the deal, so we'll take it and move on. Oh, this is fun. This is just, let's play some Gruul cards. And they have a Llanowar. Sweet. So what we're going to do is tap this and play an Intrepid Paleontologist, and we're going to shoot us a Llanowar Elf. All right. And if they have a Badger Mole, we got something for that too. Be great if we found an untapped land, because then we could Ouroborite into a Badger Mole, and that'd be outstanding. But if we get lost, we should trust the opponent, because their name says they know the way, it says. Mockingbirds, you're going to copy my Paleontologist. This means you really need mana. That's what that tells me. So we're just going to make sure they don't get any. And I will be patient here. Because they might be trying to get to their own Ouroboros. Riddler, we're okay with. You get a card and draw, fine. If they have a 1 mana thing, we off it here, and then we go for our own Ouroboros. Yeah, so they're just playing some type of Simic Rhythm ramp type thing. So yeah, we're kind of coast clear here now. Let's do it. And we will have an even bigger Ouroboros because we get to Halana and Elena next turn versus their Ouroboros. So fantastic for us. Wish you were an untapped land, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. Yep. Put it on that guy. Get in there. Not sure what your play is here, because I've played that deck before. I don't think there's a good out right now. Even if it's a bounce spell, whether you get Lana Lena or Ouroborite, we just play the other one and then come through for a bajillion. Yep. That's going to do it. Ooh. I think we're still keeping this. We definitely want to draw some lands, obviously, because any type of removal spell is going to hurt a lot here. We don't want that. We did get Archdruid's Charm, though, so that unlocks some potential options, which we like. Put that on red for later. I think, though, I'm just going to play it safe and play an Intrepid Paleontologist. And then no attacks. We can still block a Headliner. A little bit concerning when they play the 1/3 that makes the tokens or whatever. If you have a Shelter, fine. Like, we'll still block something. Oh, we're going life gain with the tokens. Intriguing. And we still have something to play on a creature? Oh, so this is just mega life gain from making tokens. This is wild. What in the world are we doing right now? I mean, I kind of want to play an Intrepid Paleontologist, but I think this is the right thing to do. Which feels a little crazy, but, I mean, I guess I attack. What are you going to do? You're not going to block. And I mean, yeah, I don't know what the opponent's deck is. I need more land, though, or else I'm not going to feel very comfortable. I'll tell you that. That much I do know. Alright, there's Laya. Sure, gain a bunch of life so you can get a card. And then another Stadium Headliner. Okay. So, I mean, they are gaining life. I mean, they're doing what they're trying to do, I guess. Can we get an untapped land here? Keep them off any life-gaining shenanigans? No, we cannot. So our choices then become... Do we want to use an Archdruid's Charm? Or do we just want to go bigger here? I think we just set up for next turn. Let's just play a Paleontologist. Pass the turn. Because there's a good chance they're going to play Halaya here if they have a land. And then if they do, we're probably just going to Archdruid's Charm the Halaya. I think. That feels the most reasonable. And we'd be able to Charm plus play in a Frenzy. Oh, we were doing that. Well, never mind. We're probably going to exile this card. Because that's way more annoying. Like, sucks. Just, actually, we could Vivian to get rid of... I don't know. Depends on what we draw here. Ooh, Badger Mole. Hold up. I was not expecting to draw that. Okay. It's crazy having this many options. Because we can... And that still leaves us one left over? I guess if we're going to do that... I don't know. I mean, we could still Archdruid's Charm. Wow, there's options here. Okay. Get rid of Headliner. We will Archdruid's Charm. But the... Oh, no. We want to actually just exile this. Because otherwise, Enduring Innocence just stays on the board or whatever. Draws them a bunch of cards. Alright, Shocking Sharpshooter. Some life for you. Then Voice of Victory. Sure. I mean, I think we could race this clock, though. Oh, well, now we probably really can. Was not expecting that card to come off the top. Alright, let's play a Frenzied Bailoff. We can get some attacking in there. You know what? I might even just go ahead... Oh, we can't do that yet. Alright, well... Juice everybody up. Get in there with Hellkite for sure. With Frenzied Bailoff for sure. I mean, opponent could block with 3 things. I guess we'll get in with those. Alright. Do you have... Because I guess it's going to come down, do they have War Leader's Call? Because that's the only way we come close to dying here. Like, everything would trigger, and that's not even going to be close. We are good here. We are fantastic. Yeah, we'll take some damage. They'll attack. We'll take some more damage. They'll gain another, like, 6 life or whatever. I guess here they'll gain more than 6. They gain 12. Maybe they'll stay alive. They could still chump block. I mean, if they want to give up Voice of Victory. Nope, they're not going to. Alright, well, guess not. Opponent, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. How many are you willing to... Well, you can't block the 7. Oh, you do have one with reach. Never mind. Sharpshooter has reach. Attack. Just debating what I'm attacking with here is all. I want to leave a few things back just to make sure nothing crazy happens. But also attack with enough that they have to block or risk taking lethal. So you got to block with at least one thing. No, with 2 things minimum. No, even 3. Well, you could block the Hellkite, right? So that stops 7. Yeah, I'd say at least 3 things have to get on blocking duty here. Take 13 there. That's fine. And again, I could have blocked with more just to make sure, or attacked with more just to make him block with extra thing. But here, I think we're safe. I don't think anything they're going to do at this point is going to matter. I was thinking about all the cards they could maybe draw. But also this way, if they had a split up or something, they have to decide to kill tapped or untapped creatures. I mean, that does some damage. I mean, I wasn't expecting that card. So that's something for them. Sure. That puts them within range that they could get us next turn. So good job. Though, if we draw another Ouroboros or draw... I was going to say, what's her name? Helena. That would have changed things too. But alright. Oh, we have a 10 power trampler here also, which is a big deal. Actually, if we just attack with everything, they just have to block it all, right? Because the Frenzied Balos is already 10. Do we leave anything back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically, they'd be able to not block one thing. All right? Yeah, let's just go for it. We have a Badger Mole and can make another creature. That does trample opponent. I wonder if they just have another Raise the Pass. They might. If they do, we lose. I think they have it. It's credit to them. I wasn't thinking about Raise the Pass. So if they have it, we're just dead ski. Yep. That's what I assumed was the case. So this is just, if they have Raise the Pass, we lose. Basically. Credit to them if they do. I mean, sometimes your opponents just have the cards, right? If we'd have found another Ouroboros or Helena, we would have trampled for enough to not even matter here. So, the fact that they're not blocking with everything is a little curious. So I wonder what's about to happen. All right. I should have done this first, obviously. It would have got the counters from the Ouroboros and all that. But if you got another Raise the Pass, we just lose. I mean, if you got the cards, you got the cards. Raphael doesn't necessarily do it. War Leader's Call, maybe? Because that'd be 2, 4. But I can still block 2 of them. So, well, that just dies to itself. So I guess we're good. Yeah, going to 8 isn't quite going to get us. Stadium Headliner puts us at 7. Still not going to get us. All right. Well, that had potential to be closer than it was. Man, we get to keep this, but it's loaded with damage lands. We still kind of have to, though. One of those ones where you go, I don't love it, but it's what we got, so we got to run with it. Now, Duress actually kind of hurts here, if they have one. Sure, Requiting Hex, you got it. I also feel like there's a possibility this Badger Mole Cub is not going to make it. Well, can we find more land? Because Badger Mole Cubs don't live very long against blue-black decks these days. Yep, I assume that was going to be the case. We did not, so I'm just... Oh, actually, you know what? We can at least use this Vibrance to go get a land. And we get the life back. That's fine. Let's get a 4. Actually, we don't even have to get a 4. So we haven't played a land, so let's just get a Ridgeline. Against the possibly control deck, having a creature land is not bad. Oh. Are you a reanimator pile of some kind? Probably so. And we have none of our paleontologists in sight, so that's really bad for us. We got 4 of them, but they are not around. Okay, they discarded a land and a stock up. That's a little bit concerning. And you have exactly 6 in the yard. So if they did play a land for a Deadly Dispute, we could lose all of our Ouroboros here. Yeesh, that's tough. Alright, I think we still risk it under the circumstances and just, if they have something, they have something. At least we have other things we can do. We have Hellkites, we have Alana Nelenas. We'll see where this goes. Alright. Not a huge shocker. Like I said, this feels like a Dimir control of some variety. So not surprised to see them play more removal spells. Alright, we'll try again. This one get countered? Nope. If it didn't get countered, then that's either spot removal or consult the star charts. Alright. Oh, it was neither. Wow. Cavaro's gonna copy. Alright. You copied my Ouroboros. You got it. Seems legit. I was gonna say, so the only thing I could draw there would have been another Ouroboros, which this does not help with. However, this is a little interesting in the sense that we can just full price a Vibrance, send 3 upstairs, get... I don't know if having just another Restless Ridgeline is the way to go or not. Well, I can't remember. Did we play a land this turn? I feel like we didn't. Oh, I actually don't remember. Well, because I don't remember, I'm going to go ahead and get a Thornspire Verge. But I feel like we didn't. Yeah, we didn't. I could have got a Restless Ridgeline and been fine. Okay, well, that one's on me. No need to attack. I don't know what else is in their hand, but if they have removal spells, they're gonna get us. Unless we can find a way to just overpower with our Ouroboros next turn. Because what are those other cards in hand? Like, are we just gonna sweep the board here? I mean, we'll block for sport. But I have to assume this means we're gonna see a board sweeper. Because nothing else matters. And you're not just gonna leave me with an Ouroboros and 3 creatures, because that just ends the game. So it has to be a Deadly Dispute, right? Yeah, it is. Alright. Yeah, you got it. The good news is, like I said, we have other threats outside of Ouroboros. We just got to get to them. And their yard's not very scary for them having Cavaros, and we have nothing worth them copying anyway. And we have a creature land, so we're not doing terribly. Oh, this is a good card to have here. All right, come on, Vivian, let's go.
Go ahead and run. This place I can keep up.
Ooh, a Nova Hellkite. Oh, wait. Intrepid Paleontologist, though. Ooh, that's a choice. All right, we're going to take the Paleontologist. Mostly because we've seen Cavaro. We know they're doing some type of graveyardy thing with Kiora. I'm wondering if it's possible, if it's not more Deadly Disputes, did they just keep some other big creature in their hand that they can't cast, that they need to find a way to get into their graveyard? Because otherwise, like, why are you not playing stuff, you know? Yeah, they're going to spend their time going after Vivian here. Love it, actually. So that means whatever we decide to do, we've got clear reign on. so love that. Probably going to mill themselves. Yep. And nothing threatening. Actually, they got rid of some very good removal spells that would be able to target a paleontologist. So that's good to know. Let's go ahead and look again. Badger Mole. Okay. That's fine. We will Badger Mole bring the Ridgeline to life. We will play a paleontologist. And I think we'll pass for now. This gives us a few random options if we want to... Oh, Oil Deep Gearhulk. Sure. It does have Ward 1, so we can't exile it. Like, we could try, but this has Summoning Sickness, so we can only produce 3. Alright. I mean, it does what it does. They might not want us to have a Hellkite because they can't block it or something. Yep, that makes sense. And are we going after Badger Mole? They are. People are so afraid of Badger Mole when in this matchup, in reality, it's the Paleontologist that's probably the toughest card for them. Let's make sure we aren't getting a Kiora. Oh, another Badger Mole.
Nature speaks.
I mean, I guess. Let's go ahead and turn one of these into a real thing. Let's play a forest. Do I get rid of the Gearhulk here? I think so. Let's go ahead and just exile this guy. We have the mana to pay for it. We will attack with just the Intrepid Paleontologist. Mostly so we can leave up a blocker and still have some mana to spend on the Paleontologist if we want to. Doomsday Excruciator. Sure. Can we just beat the opponent from here since we have Vivian? Put them to 10. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exactly. Wow. Love that for us. Boom. Our turn. We will get rid of a flyer.
Life is tenacious.
And then, whoa, Arena, were you for real gonna tap our... Oh my god. It was gonna tap one of our actual creatures to not have us take damage here. That would have been abysmal. I'm gonna forcefully take damage the hard way. Alright, and then we have Xaxes, it looks like. Oh no, we have more than Xaxes, because we have damage from the Ridgeline. Alright, getting to beat a good over-the-top deck. Love it. Yeah, like, I will say, the Excruciator deck's fallen off a little bit. I think I've only seen it finish well in a couple of tournaments lately. I don't know why. It had a good showing at that one Pro Tour, and then we didn't see it much again. But, you know, like I promised at the beginning, let's talk about a couple of things in this deck, because there are some things to discuss here. Alright, so first thing to note is I think we only lost 2 games, and one of those was because I just kept a bad hand that I knew was going to walk us into trouble. So count that or not, it's up to y'all. But even if you do include that, only losing 2 games, great. We beat a couple of top decks, which was awesome, right? Decks that are good that we've seen competitively, great when you can beat those. As for the cards we tried to fill into the deck, we really only saw Raphael kind of early in our games and then didn't see it the rest of the way. And we didn't see Leatherhead at all. I don't think we even drew Leatherhead at any point. So I'm not sure how those are going to affect the deck or not. I feel like we could genuinely say if you already had this deck from last time and you took out the Raphael, you took out the Leatherhead and just played another Vibrance and another either Archdruid's Charm or Vivian, you're probably fine. Like, I don't think there's, I'm going to leave the list as it is. So whenever y'all go over to Moxfield and download it like usual, because a lot of y'all go like these decks when we post them and appreciate that. I think if you want to leave these cards in and experiment with them, I think it's worth it. These cards are both very good and hard for your opponents to deal with. And Raphael could potentially just end the game with one attack, right? Like one creature sneaks through and everything double strikes and it's kind of the end of the world. But the other side of that is, if you've already built this deck and you already have it from last time, it's still good. Like, I mean, several of those games, while some of them drug out and were a little bit longer, like, we didn't even feel like we were at risks terribly, you know? And even against the weird brews, we just had to dance around some cards and we still got there. So, I don't know. I mean, this deck feels solid still, surprisingly. It's a weird way because it doesn't feel like it should be. I mean, there's enough things that are, you know, requiting hex and whatever that just pick off our little guys. But I think once that happens, you end up on Halana Nalenas and Ouroboros and Vibrances, and it's just good. The biggest thing here, realistically, more than anything, is it's a Gruul deck that's able to play a lot of damage while still maintaining its creatures. Because the only thing we have that's a non-creature bit of damage is Burst Lightning, right? The rest of the time, the damage is from Vibrance and Nova Hellkite. And that's all we really needed. Just being able to deal with our opponent's early things cleared the way for us. So, yeah, crazy. We tried new cards. Not necessary, I don't think. But I'm going to leave them in there if you want to try them. Otherwise, just pop the old ones back in that you had from last time. But that's all I have you for now. We'll see you next time.